Hello, everyone. My name is Sheila Malik, and I'm an officer and brand partner with Partner Co. And I'm so excited to be sharing this talk with you today about the infamous drops that have taken the internet by a storm, but also about the exciting expansion our company is going through by branching into India very soon. Let's start by talking about who we are. Partner Co. is a multinational company with zero debt and valued at 350 million US dollars. Currently, they're in over 50 countries with a variety of products to serve both men and women of all ages. And for those looking to earn online, Partner Co. has proven to be a leading company in the network marketing industry with a 3-time award-winning compensation plan. Not only has the compensation plan received awards, but multiple products have won awards for their meticulous formulation and manufacturing process undertaken by our team of scientists. They've conducted over 100 clinical studies on Partner Co. products and published over 120 peer-reviewed scientific papers. We are proud to announce that Partner Co. is now on schedule to open its doors to India by the end of February. Now, what I love about this company is the science and research that goes behind every single product and formula. Some of our products are even 20 years old. As you can see, we have a very attractive scientific advisory board that consists of doctors, nutritionists, pharmacists, all working together to give us the best products that are also safe to use. And our high quality products start with raw ingredients sourced from the cleanest and best farms, and then utilizing the safest science to create products that are not only effective, but again, speak to the safety of ingredients. Now, let's talk a little bit about affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is a trusted business model around the world in which companies will pay individuals a commission for the promotion of their products once it results in a sale. This model works because people are statistically more likely to purchase on the recommendation of those that they like, know, and trust. And the beauty is that you don't need to be an influencer or have like a million followers to be successful. You just need to be willing to share the products with others in whichever way you are comfortable. Now, these days with what's happening with, technology and how everyone is glued to their phones, people are more likely to turn their cars around and go back home if they forgot their cell phone versus to turn around if they actually forgot their driver's license at home. So it really just goes to show how into social media we are and using our phones for absolutely everything. And if you're already on social media, you might as well be making some money while you're at it, right? Okay, so what we actually do with this business is really quite simple. We are using the tools recommended to copy and paste different marketing materials. We teach you how to get the algorithm working in your favor so that you actually get many people interested in what you're posting, so people come to you themselves instead of you going to them. It requires minimal hours a week, about 10 to 15, where you can build your own schedule and fit it in where you can. And with the brilliant structure, you will not have to worry about hitting any minimum targets or qualification numbers. It's a no stress business, and we like to keep it that way. I myself, I've got 3 kids. My youngest is 2, my eldest is 13, and I've got one in between the 2 of them. And I work my business around my children. When I came into the world of network marketing, which is about 13 years ago, that was the goal: is that my kids, my family will always come first, and then I can put my business second. And I've been able to successfully do that with Partner Co. as well. And it's actually been quite refreshing because I am able to put in those minimal hours and still make a great paycheck. Okay, now let's talk about this expansion that's happening into India. Why is India the best choice right now? India has the largest population in the world, and so there's going to be no shortage of clientele. South Asians are actually predispositioned to have higher rates of specific health concerns. For example, we've got diabetes, thyroid issues. India has already embraced network marketing since the 1990s. This is a known and accepted industry, and India is on track with wellness goals and culture, focusing more and more on healthy solutions like Ayurveda, homeopathy, naturopathy, just to name a few. And due to the richness in soil, India's agriculture is appreciated across the globe and is home to some of the most powerful plants used in medicine and daily care products around the world, like moringa, bakuchiol, ashwagandha, just to name a few again. Now, we currently are having a road tour across India in which our corporate team will be traveling to different parts of India all of February. This includes the corporate team in India itself, and then the corporate team that's flying out to India. Actually, they've actually probably already arrived at this point. And then we've actually got a lot of leaders from around the world who are brand partners who have chosen to go because they have connections to India. We have those partners that are within India who already registered and decided to start their business, who've already been making money, already getting their promotions, and they are also very excited to be on this tour. So take a look at the different cities that our team will be traveling through. We've got Gurgaon, we've got Pune, we've got Ludhiana, Amritsar, Mumbai, Bangalore, Goa. So if you know people in any of these cities, if you have connections with people in these cities, tell them to go to one of our events and see what it's all about and what the hype is about. And it may just be something that they absolutely end up loving and want to be a part of. Okay, let's talk a little bit about South Asians and health. So, there's health issues that many South Asians suffer with compared to other people around the world. Diabetes, hypothyroidism, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, higher chance of having a heart attack or stroke at a young age, chronic kidney disease, oral and gastrointestinal cancers, gout, fatty liver disease, PCOS, and being deficient in iron, vitamin D, and vitamin B12. And so, why are South Asians more prone to specific health issues compared to Caucasians? Because that's what the studies were done on. So, based on the studies conducted, South Asians have a higher insulin resistance. Their bodies have lower muscle mass. They've got more visceral fat. They've got genetic variants that affect their metabolism. Lifestyle and food choices, of course, play a big role. And then there's environmental factors like pollution and dirt. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to have a look at this list and ask yourself, how many of these symptoms can you relate to? I'm actually also a certified health coach, and I've been teaching others how to get healthy and lose weight for over a decade, which is why when I struggled after my third baby, it came as a surprise to me. Now, initially, I did lose some weight, and that was about a year after my third baby, but then I started noticing the weight was creeping back on, and this time, not only was it not coming off, I was noticing other symptoms also. I had tons of inflammation, waking up to a puffy face every day, sometimes for like hours at a time. The puffiness would stay there. My rings didn't fit my fingers anymore. My acne had returned to 37, which was no fun at all. My hair was falling out in what felt like chunks, and I was always tired. And I was doing everything right. I was counting my calories, drinking my water, taking my protein. I was working out 5 to 6 days a week, making sure I was eating clean. And despite that, I couldn't get the weight to budge. And that was super frustrating. And I'm sure many of you can relate to that. And it wasn't until a nurse friend pointed out that this sounded hormonal that it finally clicked. I actually reached out to a friend who had been sharing the drops on my feed for almost a year and finally decided to give it a go. So let's get into the topic of hormones. There are over 50 hormones in the human body, and they're all important. And when we hear hormones, we may assume it's something that only women deal with, but it's actually something that impacts everyone, women, yes, but men as well. So let's focus on the 4 major hormones that are known to cause concerns with your health, but also your weight. So the first is cortisol. This is your stress hormone. This is released when you feel stressed, scared, or under pressure, not balanced. And when it's not balanced, it can lead to weight gain, inflammation, digestion issues, low energy, and more. Insulin is your blood sugar monitor. This helps your body use sugar, which is glucose, from the food that you eat for energy or storage. And when it's not balanced, it can lead to weight gain, diabetes, insulin resistance, vision problems, heart disease, liver issues, and more. Ghrelin is the hunger hormone. This signals to your body when you are hungry. And when it's not balanced, it can lead to persistent hunger, difficulty feeling full, overeating, intense cravings, weight gain, irregular eating patterns, mood changes, and more. Leptin, this is the satiety hormone, tells your body when you are full. When it's not balanced, it can lead to constant hunger, weight gain, difficulty losing weight, slow metabolism, and more. And I've not even mentioned the effects of the thyroid hormone, or for women when they have PCOS, or they're going through perimenopause or menopause, or when their estrogen is going up and down. There is so much more that is going on all month long with hormones fluctuating daily. Imbalanced hormones can further impact your blood pressure, your cholesterol, your iron, and even how your skin behaves. Think of it like a deep web of connections with over 50 hormones controlling everything. So clearly, we have a problem on our hands, but luckily, it's one that can be solved. So I want to talk a little bit more about insulin resistance, just because today's call is focused on our branching into India, and South Asians are more likely to have insulin resistance. So insulin resistance means your body's cells don't respond well to insulin. Imagine you come home with groceries, and those groceries are going to represent the glucose or energy, okay? So you put your key in the door, but it doesn't work, okay? So you can't get your door open. So that's insulin resistance. And then you start trying all the keys that you have. So your pancreas would start creating more and more insulin. Okay, so you're trying all these different keys, but due to the keys not working, you stay stuck outside with the grocery. So the glucose and energy stays in the bloodstream instead of being absorbed by the cells. And when cells are resistant to insulin, they're essentially starving for that energy and fuel while your blood is overflowing with sugar. And this leads to fatigue. So, because the energy isn't getting into your cells, it leads to weight gain. The excess insulin signals the body to actually store the unused sugar as fat, and then high blood sugar, which can eventually lead to type 2 diabetes. So with India, our launch that's coming up at the end of February, we'll be starting out with three major products that we have. I love this selection of products. This is just the beginning. There is more to come, but India's market will be starting out with our drops, our Advantage, and our probiotics. Okay, so let's talk about the drops. The drops are your solution to bringing all your hormones into balance. They're taken 3 times a day under your tongue, which means they bypass your digestive system and liver and can be absorbed by your system a lot more quickly. These clinically proven drops can help you lose the weight 2 times faster than compared to just diet and exercise alone. Now, what these drops are doing for your body is that they control your appetite, they eliminate fat stores, they reduce your hunger pangs and cravings, they boost your metabolism, improve your digestion, give you more energy, stabilize your mood, and balance your hormones. And the drops can be taken long term without negative side effects because of their clean and natural ingredients. There are no steroids, no stimulants, and no hormones in the drops formula. Many of our clients report less inflammation, better sleep, better moods, more energy, and just an overall better quality of life. The drops come in two forms. One is a homeopathic formula that ships from the US, and Canada has access to this version as well. And the second is a herbal formula that is sold in Canada and other markets also. Both versions are extremely effective and designed to do the same thing. At this point, I do not have an update about which version will launch into India just yet, but rest assured, whichever one it is, it will be fabulous. Another product I love and have been using is called Advantage. Advantage targets the stubborn and dangerous visceral fat that we carry deep in our belly area. Visceral fat is stored inside your belly beneath your abdominal muscles, wrapping around your organs like the liver, intestines, and pancreas. It releases hormones and inflammatory molecules called cytokines that negatively impact your body. Visceral fat is dangerous because it's linked to insulin resistance, high cholesterol, and chronic inflammation. It also significantly raises the risk of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, stroke, certain cancers, dementia, and fatty liver disease. The Advantage is clinically shown to target this visceral fat and burn calories 10 times faster. It also prevents gaining back the weight that you've already lost. This is a key product in shrinking your belly and your waist. Now, the probiotics product, which is called Cultrix in some markets, is absolutely amazing for your gut health. I make sure not to miss this on any day. Your gut is actually considered your second brain because it controls and affects so much that is going on in the body, especially its connection to hormones, which means what you eat is also directly going to impact your hormones. This product has 15 different probiotic strains along with prebiotics. Many people are not aware that a probiotic on its own will not be as effective because it needs a prebiotic to feed off of. The prebiotic is actually the food that the probiotic needs to work well. So this product has both. It has 20 billion CFU, which is the number of viable microorganisms or basically live bacteria that can grow and colonize in the digestive system to aid with digestive discomfort, support immunity, and restore gut flora, especially after antibiotic use. There's so much that this product does. It supports healthy immune function, of course, gut health, digestive issues. It also helps with oral health. It reduces bloating. It helps with healthy cholesterol levels, aids in your weight management. It actually helps nutritional absorption of other supplements that you may be taking and boosts your mood and your well-being because serotonin is a hormone that's responsible for how you feel, and about 80 to 90% is actually created in your gut. And so you can do a simple check at home to help determine how healthy your gut actually is. This is a stool check, which obviously isn't going to be anyone's favorite thing to do, but I think it is necessary. You want stool consistency that is smooth, soft, sausage shaped, and easy to pass. Now, this product is not being launched into India right now. Hopefully in the near future it will be, but I love this product so much that I want to share it with you guys. Sugar Stop is an amazing product that actually helps to block the absorption of sugars from the foods that we eat. So up to 40% sugars get blocked from starch-based foods and up to 20% sugars from sucrose, which is straight table sugar like desserts. This is especially great for anyone who just has to have their carbs and dessert and is having trouble resisting starchy or sugary foods. It helps keep you full and prevents that added weight gain. I personally use this on days I'm going to be eating out for dinner or going to a party, so I don't have to feel guilty about indulging that day. It's a powder that gets added to water and you just mix it so it turns into like a juice, and it's delicious. It tastes like mango. Okay, so when we talk about weight loss, it's important to understand how and why these drops work so well. On average, a normal weight loss journey tells us that with diet and exercise, losing 1 to 2 pounds a week is normal, and it is. But that's because most people have imbalanced hormones. So, what if we could do that same diet and exercise, but bring these hormones into balance? What would happen? You would now be able to see far better results because your hormones would no longer be working against you. Basically, by using the drops, we're not only getting healthier with our bodies and hormones, but we're also speeding up our weight loss journey. And we have the clinical studies to back these claims up. Your fitness and health is 80% what you eat and 20% exercise. If you are looking for weight loss, you may have heard you just need to burn more calories than you are eating, meaning be in a calorie deficit. But that's not entirely accurate. Otherwise, we could all just eat 5 chocolate bars daily and work out for an hour and assume that we'll lose weight. What you are eating is just as important as to how much you are eating. The drops come with a carefully curated food list. When I studied this list for the first time, I was incredibly impressed. Every single food on this list has been handpicked. None of these food items can spike your blood sugar, they won't cause any kind of inflammation. And the most important, there are no hormone disrupting foods on this list. Now, hormones don't just change overnight. It can take time for the different hormones in our bodies to come into balance, some faster than others. This is why we give our bodies at least 90 days to come into balance. And so it's super important for us to be supporting our bodies with the right foods in those first 90 days on the products. We want the drops to be able to give us the absolute best results. So, not consuming foods that can disrupt our hormones is super important. Here is the food list that comes with the drops. And as you can see, there are many common foods that are okay to consume and won't disrupt your hormones. And we even provide you with a recipe book if you fall short on ideas. Myself being South Asian, I am used to a certain diet and way of eating. So it was a relief knowing I could get creative and make foods that I'm familiar with and still full of flavor. South Asian cooking relies a lot on onions, tomatoes, garlic, ginger, along with our spices, which are all part of the approved food list. We have tons of vegetarian foods along with meat favorites as well. I also learned to get creative by relying on non-wheat flours to make my rotis out of, like using chickpea flour, lentil flour, or millet flour, and then even adding spices and diced vegetables to the mix to give it tons of flavor. And as you can see, we have so many happy customers, thousands of testimonials spanning over the last 15 years for the drops alone, showing us all what is possible. Okay, here's the moment of truth. This is me. I started the drops at the end of May in 2025. Clearly, I'm not very happy in the before picture, but just 4 weeks later, clothes that once felt too snug were fitting me again. And this is what happened when I kept going. I continued with my 90-day journey because I wanted to get the full effect of my hormones coming into balance. I also was not working out at all. And I always noticed how inflamed my face looks in that before picture. It was one of the first changes I noticed after I started the drops that I was no longer waking up to a puffy face every morning. But also, in just 4 days, my inflammation started coming down and my rings started fitting me again. So, this is absolutely more than just weight loss, it is a full body and health transformation. Okay, here we have Dr. Crystal Vance, who lost more weight than she weighs now. She's lost over 160 pounds, and she actually closed her practice and shares the drops full time now, teaching others how to get healthier and bring their hormones into balance. This is my friend Sojo, who was one of the first to not only try the drops with me, but also decided she wanted to start a business too. She's a registered nurse who has worked in the ER for 23 years. She just turned 52 and was going through perimenopause, finding it challenging to lose weight in her midsection. She started the drops, and we can see her amazing transformation in her first 4 weeks. Plus, she has shared she no longer has night sweats. And this is Sojo with her husband Derek, who have had a remarkable journey together, not only in their health and weight, but also with the business as well. These are my friends Billy on the left and Petra on the right. Fun fact, which I think they don't know this either. They were the reason that I decided to jump in and start the business as well, instead of just purchasing as a customer. My friend Edith, who lives in the UK, had been sharing the drops for almost a year online, and I would see her post and scroll on by. I never commented, I never clicked, I never asked anything, but I watched. And when I noticed these two familiar faces on her wall and how great they looked, I literally had to ask myself, like, what are they all doing and why am I not doing it? And so you can see we have so many testimonials of people from all over the world, just like you and me, who just wanted something to help their journey along. Okay, so I'm going to share how you can get paid and how much you can earn. But before that, you have two options today. You can hop on as a customer, either purchasing at full retail price as a one-time order or choosing to subscribe and getting 15% off. Subscriptions can be canceled at any time, but honestly, why would you want to? These products are phenomenal, and you'll see that for yourselves when you start using them. We do ship to over 50 countries, so reach out to whoever invited you to watch today to ask which products are available in your region. Okay, your second option is to open your own virtual business like Dr. Laura Fortner has done. Dr. Fortner is an OBGYN and practices functional medicine. She went from prescribing her patients 5 to 6 different supplements a day to finding the solution with our drops instead for their health. That is such a powerful testimony of what our drops can do for others. If you choose to open your own business with Partner Co, you have a one-time low registration of just $30 in the US or $38 in Canada plus tax. Now, our market that's in India will come up with their own package of what's going to happen when you want to register from within India. So the price and all that will be shared. However, people who are living in India right now and want to get started right away are still able to do so through our Hong Kong market. So they're able to register as partners. It would cost $30 to do it through the Hong Kong site. And that means they can start selling the products right away to all the other markets they're in. We're not in India yet, so until we don't have our official launch in India, we can't sell the products in India. But we can sell to all the other countries that we exist in. So we actually have quite a number of people from within India right now who already started their businesses a month or two ago. They've already started making money. They've already started getting promotions. So they decided to kind of jumpstart the system and said, you know what, we're just going to get ahead and start now. So if that's something that you want to do, you are able to do that already. And the only restriction is that just if you want to ship within India, you have to wait until the official launch, which is at the end of February. Now, currently there is a promotion going on. This is going to be until February 13th, 2026. Anyone that's in Canada and the US, the registration is waived as long as you have any single purchase. Any item that you purchase will waive that registration for you. And this does unlock 30% off on all subscription orders. We have a similar offer in the UK where we can waive that registration fee with the purchase of select packages. And again, this unlocks 30% off on all subscription orders. Okay, so what you get when you register is everything you need to be successful. All the tools and resources are at your fingertips with tons of support, a virtual back office, a replicated website for customers to order from, marketing tools and materials, and even trainings to learn from. So whether you are a doctor, a nurse, a lawyer, a spa owner, a barista, a stay-at-home mom, or a college student, it doesn't matter. Anyone can use this opportunity as a tool to make some great money on the side. And I know it may be a bit challenging to understand how the payouts and compensation work right now. I'm going to give you a very brief overview of this. And for an in-depth understanding, please reach out to whoever invited you and share this call with you to ask in detail about the compensation plan. So I'm going to share, I'm actually going to share 5 ways. And what's super cool is that we can start getting paid immediately as our business gets going. We do not have to wait to hit a certain title or have specific number of people under us. It's a fair compensation plan for every single brand partner. So the first to understand is retail commission. When you sell a product at full price, you're going to make 30% commission on that. When you sell to somebody who chooses to subscribe, they are going to get a 15% discount, which means you make 15% commission on that order. Okay. Then we have something called new volume bonus. This is very different. I have not seen this being done in another company. Basically, on top of your retail commission, you can earn an additional 15 to 30% on all new client orders, but also on all new brand partners that you brought in on anything they sell or they purchase. And this is for the first 4 Fridays of either that new client or new brand partner that you brought in. And it actually ends up being a lot of money. I think initially when I started, I didn't anticipate what a difference that amount would make until, the sales started coming in and I saw my business growing. And I was like, wow, like this is a big difference compared to just getting retail commission on its own. And then we have something called base commission. This is the third way we get paid. So basically you earn 15% on all the volume that's coming in your pay lines. Okay. Even if you did not personally enroll that brand partner. And that is how our system works, that people that are put in your tree, let's imagine it's a tree, it doesn't have to be that you brought them in. They can be placed there by somebody else. So let's say you've got a tree, you've got 4 branches, okay? The strongest branch, that's where you have the most volume coming in, that's going to be called your power leg. And then you've got, let's say, 3 other lines, and those are your pay lines. So you would be earning 15% on all the volume in your pay line every single week. Okay. So yes, it does end up being quite a bit of money. And then we have something called savings bonus, which is actually super cool. So each week that you earn 250 US dollars in base commission, so that's the category, the third category that I shared. Every time it hits 250 US dollars, the company will actually match it by 15% and put that an extra 15% like away into a savings account for you. We actually have a tracker on our screen so we can see how much has been put away for us. And they just use the amount that came into the base commission category every single week to calculate 15% of that. And they're going to keep doing this every single week for you until it reaches 10,000 US dollars. Once it reaches 10,000, it's yours. You can cash out. You can do whatever you want with it. I think this is a great way to set a goal for yourself and be like, oh, when I get my 10,000 bonus, here's what I'm going to do with that money. I find it very motivating. And then the cool thing is it doesn't stop at the 10,000. Now, after you've received that initial 10K, the company will continue doing the 50% matching, but this time they're going to have a maximum for $2,000 every single month, and you can cash out once a month. You don't have to wait for it to get to 10,000 again. So I thought that was super cool because, like I said, I've never heard about any network marketing company doing this. I've seen it being done in corporate in different ways, but I thought this was super cool, and I actually love looking at my tracker and seeing how far it's come because I'm excited to receive that $10,000 payout. Okay. And then we have something called lifestyle rewards. This is the 5th way that I'm sharing with you out of the 8. So we have something called lifestyle credits. You basically earn credits, which is like reward points for everything that you do. So like getting new clients, selling product, buying product, watching tips videos, getting a promotion, attending corporate events, basically anything and everything is going to get you lifestyle credits. So think of it like a points card that you may have like with your bank or something, right? Now you can redeem those credits. You can redeem the credits to go towards merchandise, luxury items, purchase partner co products. Like my friend Edith in the UK right now was showing me her screen, and she has an offer for the latest iPhone model right now, and she can redeem her credits for that. So I thought that was super cool. But you can also redeem those credits for luxury trips and vacations. So Partner Co hosts several trips a year that you can earn and redeem with your credits. And as I mentioned, started in at very end, like the last week of May 2025. And I believe like 5 months into it, maybe it was 6, I earned my first trip from the company, which is going to Maui. And all I have to do is go and click and redeem my credits, and I get to get that trip, right, for me and my husband. And I thought that was super cool. But here's what else is super cool. Number one, those credits don't go away, right? As long as you are staying commission qualified, your credits are always going to be there. But you can also transfer your credits over to, like, let's say another team member. So let's say I got my trip already and I've got a friend who I'm working with in Partner Co, and she's so close, but she doesn't have enough credits to get that trip to Maui. I can actually transfer some of my credits to her so that we can go on vacation together. And I thought that was so cool and so generous because I have never seen a company do this and be as generous as Partner Co is. Okay, so there are 2 options if you decide to open your virtual business with Partner Co. The first is to use the online shopping links with no inventory. This is basically the affiliate marketing option. This is where every time someone clicks your link to purchase, you earn a commission from the company. We get paid once a week every Friday for the successful sales that we got from the week before. We do provide all the marketing tools and teach you what to post and how to post it. So it's actually quite simple and only requires you to copy and paste. Feel free to screenshot or take a picture of this page so you can see how much you can actually be earning. And I want to just break this down for you because this is real numbers. So let's use the US as an example. The Drops and Advantage is a very, very popular package that people purchase. And if somebody were to buy that from me on subscription, so they're getting 15% off. So I'm making 15% commission on that. That's $33 right there. Okay, but here's where that new volume bonus comes in. So as I shared, new volume bonus is between 15 to 30%. We want everyone unlocking that 30%. Once you've unlocked it, it's yours for life. You never have to do it again. And so majority of us, that is what we do. We come in and we immediately just go for that top pay, and we're like, okay, we're going to unlock that 30%. So that's ours. And so it would be 30% on the point value, and every single product in our system has like an internal point value listed next to it. So drops and the advantage together are 100 points. 30% on that is another $30. So I'd be making 63 US dollars on just this one sale. Really do the math on this, guys. If you've got 10 customers a month, just 10, we do usually get more than that. So you've got 10 customers a month that are buying from your link, that's $630 that you just made on the side, right? That's super cool. Okay, so, and that doesn't even include like the base commission or the matching bonus or anything else that I've shared, right? This is just straight your retail commission and your new volume bonus that I've shared with you. Okay, the next is the second business option is the wholesale buying. This option can allow you to start earning more money right away. So when we purchase on wholesale, what we're doing is ordering a larger quantity of products. So we do get a bigger discount, even more than the 30% that we're usually entitled to with a subscription. And this would allow you to purchase the products on a wholesale price and sell for a larger profit. You can still earn the bonus and the company offers, and thus you'd be making a lot more money right away for selling the same products. You would also still have the ability to sell online using your shopping links in addition to selling from your stock. Okay, so again, feel free to take a picture of this or screenshot it if you need to. This is our bulk buying, like wholesale pricing that you see. If you were to buy one drop box, it's going to cost you as a partner $123. If you were to buy 30 pack that they have on our website, each box now costs you $83. You can still sell it at the regular price. And so if you were to do that and still unlock your 30% commission on this, in total, you would end up earning almost $3,000, $2,960 for those 30 box sales. And that's just the drops. I didn't mention Advantage, Probiotic, Sugar Stop, none of that. This is just the drops that I'm talking about. So there is a lot of money to be made like right away, right off the bat if you wanted to. We have a lot of people that are embracing this model in the US, especially across Canada as well, in which they purchase at this wholesale price and then ship out the product to whoever is interested. We also have a lot of spas, medical clinics. We have doctors' offices in the US who are doing it like this. We have lash technicians who have product on display in their clinics because when their customers walk in, they want to walk out with a box as well. So it's actually really great for someone who has an existing business, but it's also great for someone who doesn't have an existing business and really just wants to make more money right away. Okay, so very quickly, for those that are on this call that are already brand partners, could you please type into the comments what your title is and how long you have been with Partner Co for? And in the meanwhile, while they do that, the cool thing about the first few promotions in Partner Co is that they're based on how much you earn. So basically, if you're making money, you will get promoted, not the other way around. In some companies, first you have to get promoted and then you can start making more money, not at Partner Co. So for example, once you've earned a minimum of 100 US dollars, you promote to team lead. Once you've earned at least $200, you promote to senior team lead, and so on. So when somebody says, like here, we've got people saying, we've got a manager, 3 months, we've got a vice president, 5 months. So, I mean, just, and this is amazing, guys. I'm so happy to see these promotions. But basically, what does that mean? It means you made money, which is why you promoted, because without making money, you couldn't have gotten that promotion. So every promotion indicates that you're actually making real money, which is also why you can never lose your title. This also identifies to others that people are actually making money with Partner Co, right? And that's usually a common question is like, can you actually make money with this? Yeah, you absolutely can actually make money with this. And once you earn a title, it's yours to keep, and there's no maintenance numbers at any level ever. You will never need to stress in this business when it comes to the fear of losing something. The sky is the limit with over 25 promotions to earn. I've literally only shown you like the top half of the list that we have. And so there's so much growth that you can have for yourself in this company. Okay, so whether you choose to come on as a customer or as a business owner, we welcome you and can't wait to get you started. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and we hope that we can chat with you soon. I will be having 2 more calls that are going to be for those that are within India. And we're going to set those based off the Indian time zone because right now it's like, 6:30 in the morning for those in India, and that obviously didn't make sense. So we're going to have another one, but here's what's going to be interesting. We're going to have one call in English, and I'm going to do a second call that is in Hindi. And I just want to share that our corporate office is very, very supportive of all the international countries that we are in. You'll see that even our website gets translated into different companies. We have live translators on the corporate Zoom calls. So it's okay. If English is not your first language, that is totally okay. You can absolutely run this business in whatever language that you're comfortable speaking. And this is actually one of the reasons why one of the calls I will be doing will be in Hindi, because I want to be able to show that it's okay. You don't have to run your business in English. You can absolutely be running a very successful and strong business in the language of your choice. So again, thank you so much to everyone for hopping on. I hope you guys learned something at least. Do share this with anyone that you feel might be interested, who may have connections to India, or maybe, they have, their heritage is Indian. Maybe they're living, in your country. Maybe they're overseas. Maybe they're in India. It doesn't matter. So do just share it, and I hope to chat with you guys soon. Okay, thank you everyone, and have yourselves a wonderful night.